There are many creepy people out there that you would never want to meet. Some may look harmless and even friendly, but behind that image lies something terrifying. So don't forget to like and subscribe for a chance to win 1 million Robux. One of the first creepy individuals actually came from a famous pop group. He seemed well known and admired. But when his secret finally came to light, it revealed illegal and disgusting acts that got him into serious trouble.
Dark story behind
the Taeil incident.
You might not know who is this guy, right? His name is Taeil and he is a K-pop idol from the group called NCT Dream. You might be shocked what he did. Basically, Taeil's a 12-year-old girl, which means Taeil demanded that the 12-year-old girl reveals her private parts to him. He messaged only young girls and wanted to see girl's private body part and wanted it to take a picture and sent it to him. But some of young girls said that it's illegal and doesn't want to send it to him.
When something like this happens, it's a good idea to reach out to your parents and explain what's going on, because they're often the people who can step in and manage these kinds of issues effectively.
And I think that Taeil rage and 𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗃𝗍 them. The people were shocked of what Taeil did. So people begins to destroy Taeil's photo cards and his pictures. And SM, the CEO of the company, kicked Taeil out from NCT Group. He's in jail for this. So please girls, keep your safety with you. And by the way, we don't know who was the girl or what happened. There's no CCTV footage, but I think it will reveal it soon. So bye my friends.
It's hard to imagine how someone could ever treat innocent young girls like that. Kids deserve to enjoy their childhood without having to worry about dangerous people targeting them. What makes the situation even more twisted is that, being famous, he was someone the girls probably admired and trusted, yet Taeil used that to exploit them in a disgusting way. Still, as awful as this is, it doesn't even compare to the next creepy person, who went as far as taking his girlfriend's life simply because she broke up with him.
1994, this man who was named Joe Metheny murdered 8 people and sold the victims' meats by putting them in hamburgers and selling them to people without nobody knowing. The real reason why Joe Metheny did this was because his girlfriend left him with his kid, and he became so infuriated that he went on a rampage of just killing people and turning them into hamburgers.
If something ever happened to me, the last thing I'd want is to be turned into a burger. Just let me rest in peace. Turning people into food is not only disturbing, but also ridiculously random, especially right after taking their life. It almost feels like the whole idea is less about logic and more about desperately trying to cover up the evidence.
Grinding their flesh and mixing it to form burger patties, the man would take it to a nearby food stand and sell the patties to unsuspected customers. And this would go on until about 2 years later. In 1996, Joe Metheny lured a woman into his trailer, and her life was threatened when she refused to obey Metheny. But the woman was able to fight back, unlike the other victims, and she left the trailer and escaped by climbing over a fence. After the woman escaped, she ran to the nearest gas station and called the police. The police soon arrived and arrested Metheny. During questioning, Metheny confessed to several murders and revealed what he did to his victims' bodies. In court, Joe Metheny was sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole.
This is one of the rare cases where someone actually received a life sentence for the horrible thing they did. Honestly, punishments like that should be given out more often to people who commit crimes this terrible. The next story is even more heartbreaking. It's about a young girl who ate a birthday cake, and not long after, the cake ended up taking her life. The most devastating part is that she was only 10 years old.
Incidents, Part 9.
The cake incident.
This incident happened in March 2024. A family ordered the cake from the bakery called 𝗀𝗂𝗯𝗏 Bakery. Once the cake arrived, exactly at her birthday, after this she began to cut the cake at 7 p.m. and it was recorded. The girl's name is 𝗀𝗀𝗯𝗏. She was 10 years old until a cake took her life. She and her family then began to consume the cake. Later then, she and her family become very sick, and also her sister vomited with dehydration and dryness tongue. She drank water before going to sleep, but it was her last day sleeping. Around m at night, her family rushed her to the hospital, but she later passed away. Rest in peace, 𝗀𝗀𝗯𝗏. and her sister. That's all, and stay safe.
I can't imagine the pain that family went through. Losing their child on what should have been a joyful birthday, it's heartbreaking beyond words. And honestly, it would make anyone dread celebrating birthdays for a long time. The next story, though, takes a different turn. It's not about a creepy person, but a terrifying animal. When I first saw the creature she kept, it genuinely gave me a jump scare. Even worse, that same animal ended up attacking her and she was screaming for help as it ate her alive.
Talk about
Hard-boiled toe V10.
She was a girl who posted this video.
I've been getting a lot of questions about my dog Cracker. He's half Cocker Spaniel and Australian Shepherd. I rescued him. He's from Japan. Do you want a treat? Yeah? You want a treat?
So as you can see, the dog is terrifying and weird in the video. She said that she rescued her dog from Japan. The name of the dog is Cracker.
It's almost funny how a dog with such an innocent-sounding name, something like Sparkles or Cupcake, could look so terrifying. The contrast makes it even creepier, because that thing doesn't look cute at all. It looks like it could tear your soul apart. Honestly, I can't imagine how anyone could feel safe keeping something like that in their room at night.
It's half Cocker Spaniel or something, and half Australian Shepherd. But isn't this weird of how the dog looks like that? Later that same day, at night she posted about a video saying that her dog is going to 𝘂𝗂𝗯𝗀𝗃
in some strange department store.
People tried to make her leave the house or call the police, but it was too late. That's all, and stay safe.
If I had a pet like that, I wouldn't just be calling the police, I'd probably be making the whole TikTok about it too. Honestly though, part of me thinks this video might have been staged just to get views, but that's only my take on it. The next story is much sadder. It's about a young girl who tragically lost her life while making a TikTok. She was simply singing and dancing with her friend. But in the middle of the fun, she wasn't paying attention to where she was going, and it cost her everything.
The girl who died while making a TikTok. 24-year-old Arina Glazanova's life took a devastating turn while making a video. Ariana and her friend were out in the streets recording their night together. They were uploading a few TikToks while laughing, singing, and having a good time. Everything was going well until their final TikTok was in the process of being made, which was Arina's final moments. Arina was making the final TikTok to a song called For the Last Time. And a few seconds into the video, Arina's friend gives the phone to her, and Arina wasn't looking at where she was going, then fell headfirst over the edge of a wall and into an underground passage. Arina ended up breaking her neck and sustained severe injuries. She was then rushed to the hospital immediately, but was then pronounced dead because the injuries were too severe. It's crazy how one's life can end or change in an instant, or how unexpected it can be.
I can't even imagine the guilt her friend must have felt, even though none of it was their fault. It's such a heartbreaking situation, and all you can really hope is that the young girl rests peacefully. If you made it all the way to the end, don't forget to like and subscribe, and drop the word 𝗴cie in the comments just to leave everyone else wondering what's going on.